Hello, it's me, Rage Face, back again for my life, my way, my face buried in a book. And I am here today because A, I'm here for a book review. B, I found a new website called Book Sprout that lets you sign up for advanced reader copies of books. That was a dangerous thing for me to sign up to. But I did find a book I love. So, it is by Violet James and it is part of the Club Wild Doms series and it is His to Teach. Okay, so I started reading this one at like 8 o'clock at night and then it got to like midnight and I was still kind of reading because it was intense. And then I decided, you know what, I really need to go to sleep because I have an early morning start in the morning. So I put the book down and I had the worst night's sleep because I left a book halfway through and I hate doing that. So after not getting to sleep until like 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up at 7 just so I could finish it because I really wanted to finish it. And I only had like 6 or 7 chapters left, so. But I knew I needed to be focused to actually take it in and thoroughly enjoy it. So, okay. So it is a dominant, submissive, erotic, spicy novel. It is also an age gap novel. It is the relationship between Harper and Nate. Nate, who also, from some characters, goes by the name of Chase, which can get confusing if you aren't paying attention. So it is the story of how they meet, the trials that they go through, the tribulations that they have in their relationship, the dramas that happen in their relationship because of external sources, external factors, external people that aren't actually involved in the relationship but seem to think that they have a say in how two grown people live their life. So that's interesting. It is the story of it's a story of Harper, a young woman coming to grips with her sexual desires and realizing that what she wants and what she needs is perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable and perfectly healthy and is right for her. It may not be right for everyone, but it is right for her and it is what she needs. So I really love that, and I love that Nate is patient with her and he is caring and supportive and he puts her first. He puts her needs first, which was lovely. It's also really interesting to watch two very strong characters butt heads and to watch them have to sort of not only face external demons and external forces and factors that are possibly diminishing how they feel, but also watching them fight their own internal battles and internal issues and negative self-doubt and self-talk that happens in their head. So that was fantastic. It was also nice to see that whilst Nate wants to protect Harper, he also wants her to grow and be her own person. So he's not going to rush in and save her and be like, oh no, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to work, I can support you. No. She wants to learn, she wants to get a job, she wants to get her doctorate. All for doing that, like, you go do you. but you come home to me. I really like that. I don't know how I feel about the side characters. I loved her roommate Emma. I loved the ups and downs of that relationship. And I love that she knew her so well that sometimes Harper and her didn't really even have to have a conversation. Like, they had to have a conversation so that we knew what was happening. But it was so obvious that in real life, those two wouldn't have had to have a conversation about anything. They just would have known what the other one was thinking and feeling. Love that sort of relationship between the friends, because that's realistic. Like, you know what your friend's feeling just based on how they look at you or how their body is, or you just know. It's so lovely. The relationship between Harper and her brother Mason. Now, I feel like a little bit of information. Harper and Mason lost their parents at a very young age. Mason had to step in to look after Harper. Well, didn't have to, but chose to step in to look after Harper so she didn't go to a boarding school at a young age. Which is gorgeous. Mason is also old friends with Nate, but Mason calls him Chase. So that was an interesting dynamic. The dynamic between Mason and Harper was interesting because I think a big brother who stepped into a sort of father figure role is always going to see his little sister as the baby. So how does this big brother, father figure, handle seeing his little sister as a grown woman in a relationship with an old friend of his who is 11 years older than his sister? Yeah, there was some drama. And then you throw in the staff at Club Wild and Nate's friends and foes at Club Wild. So you've got Philip and Charisse, his friends at the club who perform in the sessions. You've got Andreas, the club host. And then you've got Aidan Roth, who is sort of the anti-Nate, I guess. Well, that's what we're sort of led to feel, like he is the anti-Nate. We don't like him from the get-go. I mean, you could probably do a story around him and there would have to be redeeming qualities that we just haven't seen, or a backstory that makes him the way he is in this book. But I personally am not a fan of Roth in this book. I am a fan of Philip and Charisse. I would love to see a spin-off for them because, oh my goodness, they made me so happy. So happy. And the fact that Philip is British made me so happy. So happy. But no, it was a very interesting world to be thrown into because it was thought out. It was detailed. It was expansive and it allowed you the space to explore. Now, it didn't thrust you full force into this world. It walked you in as Harper got walked in because she was learning. So as she got led into the first room, we got led into the first room. It's not like we jumped from woe to go. We walked through the rooms with her. We walked through her experiences. And I think what was great about how Violet James has written this is that as Harper's insecurities and self-doubts start to sink in, you yourself are allowed to have those moments of, how do I feel about this? Is this right for me? Do I want to continue reading? Do I like it? Or am I reading just to finish the book? I personally love the world. I personally would probably try and convince friends to come with me. I probably would not have been as game as Harper. If I arranged to go with a friend and then the friend pulled out, I probably would not have been as strong as Harper was. I don't think I would walk into the club on my own. That is me personally. I probably wouldn't walk into a club, any club, on my own. That's just not my personality type. I would love to be that strong as to be able to do that. But I think the first time I would need backup and friends. Thankfully, I have friends who would probably enjoy this book a lot. So this might be one that I sort of am like, so download this one because I think you guys need to read it because it's amazing. But and I'm really happy because I just found out she's got another one in this series. So this was book 2, but there's a book 1, and I'm going to go and read that book 1 because I like this world. I like these characters. My Kindle. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It is pure spice. There is romance. There is comedy. There's a little bit of drama, but it is a very spicy, erotic novel. So it is 18 plus. It is probably some trigger warnings because certain people won't like the topics or the lifestyle, but I have no qualms with the lifestyle. I think the way that Violet James has explained everything is really thorough and thought out. So yeah, I love that she created such well-rounded characters and such a well-rounded environment and world that they live in, where you are free to sort of ask questions, and it does raise questions. So that's amazing too, to have a world where you actually have to think, and it actually makes you think not only about the world you live in, but yourself as a person is really amazing. But yes, no, highly recommend. Download, or you download when it comes out, because it is an ARC read at the moment until July the 12th, which is when this will be out too. But yes, no, thoroughly enjoy. Think you should read. All right, that is it for me, and I will be back again next time. All right, bye.